SBA. So the SBA, we're not getting no approvals. We're 90 something. We're only getting 2.7% approvals of small business for Black business, not businesses period, for Black owned companies. And I'm saying the U.S. government. This ain't a Sean thing. This is the U.S. government thing.
2%.
So if the U.S. government is saying that we're 2% of a small business force, to me, that's crazy.
But that doesn't mean that it's because of racism. There could be plenty of reasons why.
Then tell me some reasons why.
Well, we're only 13% of the population.
I got my notepad out, and I'm curious to write some down so I can definitely understand how this works. Where we're
Absolutely.
not seeing a difference.
We're only 13% of the population. There's even less entrepreneurs. So it then reasons why it would make sense that we're only 2%. But also on top of that 2%, how many of the people that applied were they went online and they filled out the application just to see what they could get? We live in a time period now where you can go online and fill out an application and there's not a hard credit check. And so many people just go online to see what they could get. So they're not necessarily serious about starting a business. They just want to see what they could do if they wanted to. How much of that gets factored in? And I'm not one of the people that but say we're 13% of the population, so we need to be 13% of the business loans, 13% of the CEOs. That's already
saying that we need to be 40% of we need to be 40%. Like I love DC Mayor Marion Barry, and Marion Barry. He was called the DC mayor for life, even though he had a drug scandal in the late 80s, early 90s. But what he used to do was to say all the contracts coming through Washington, Washington is a certain amount of Black city. There needs to be 40% Black contracts coming to Black-owned companies.
That makes absolutely no sense. Just because you're a certain percentage of the population does not mean. But you see how that works?
Because he's from the city, he did that. He made it an important issue. If he didn't have that heart for that, he would be like every other city council in America and just be like, it is what it is. You better qualify. But you have to purposefully, when you know that we're not properly represented, you have to purposefully change that. If you don't purposefully do it, it's not going to do it because of the system. That's not how that works. That's not any of this stuff works. The system is skewed, all of it.
What were you going to say, Ty?
Well, that mentality takes us out of the game. If I go into a place and they deny me and I automatically think it's discrimination or is this, and this, and I don't look at or analyze my stuff and see what I did wrong or what was going on, it takes me out of the game. It makes me not want to apply. It makes me not want to have that business, be an entrepreneur, whatever the case is.
That's not a youth thing. That's an American thing. The more you apply, the worse your credit score gets. That's the system.
But it takes you out of the game, because if I go in knowing, okay, these people don't give a damn about me, they think I'm going to be this, and this, it's going to show in my behaviors. Now, if we're talking about human behavior, subconsciously, if I'm thinking that, I'm going to automatically exhibit those behaviors when I interact with them. And then I'm going to come off exactly what they saw on TV or whoever they met, whatever. I'm going to start exhibiting those behaviors and I'm going to be like, forget it. I don't care. I'm going to be what they think I am. So we take ourselves out of the game because we place so much of an emphasis on race, which to begin with is a social construct, right? And then we are where we are because of that. I can't carry that mentality. I can acknowledge and say I might have challenges because people don't have life experience. I can say that, but that's not going to be what I'm going to lead with, because I'm going to show up organized, ready to go, got everything I need to do. If I don't get it, I don't get it. It may be off of race. It may be because my business plan sucks. It could be a million things. But we can't just jump to racism. And then racism and discrimination is two different things. They just get roped under the umbrella together. But we have to be careful saying it's racism. It might just be discrimination. It could be because you're Black. It could be because the way you dress. It could be because of your hair. It could be any little thing. It could be religious. That you might have earrings on or tattoos, and they're like, nah, I'm a Christian. We don't even get down like that. So we got to stop taking ourselves out of the game and placing so much emphasis on that.
So.
Let me ask you this, Sean.
That shouldn't matter for credit. Again, when you're doing business, that shouldn't matter.
that's the world we live in, though.
But it looks like you froze. Yeah, it looks like you froze a little bit, Sean.
I'm gonna have to peace out here soon, brother.
All right, you got 5 minutes in you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sean frozen.
Looks like you frozen, Sean. The white man done hacked the screen.
The white man cell service right there, boy. Go ahead, get your
yeah, it looks like you froze, Sean.
Yeah, he'll hop on or he'll see it. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna ask him a question, but we'll start wrapping things up.
Yep.
Oh, there he goes. I think he's coming back up.
Yeah. There we go.
Okay, yeah, you had frozen. Ty has to go here shortly, but I was gonna just I guess finish on one last question. We're talking about kind of systemic racism, things like that, and I think we've had similar conversations about this, and that we kind of just fundamentally disagree on how much systemic racism holds an individual Black person back. But I wanted to ask you, Sean, in your own personal life, what is it that you can't do because of systemic racism?
I think I answered this before when we was talking about a couple of weeks ago. In my personal life, it's not what I can't do, because I can do anything. I can get a job. I can drive a car. I can do the things. The systematic stuff becomes when I try to equal my white peers, when I try to get a loan for my business the same way that my white peers do, and I don't get the same amount. That's the issue. That's not a business plan or credit score. That's because that's the Black thing. When I go to do real estate, that's why I don't. A lot of times I cut the middleman out. I cut realtors out. I cut brokers out. I deal with I go with the person that has the deed or title, because I'm not dealing with the people that's the systematic part of it. That's where that comes from. It's not because I don't appreciate realtors or brokers. It's because I don't need them. Because if I get into that system, I'm going to allow myself to be a part of that. I'm going to allow myself, to be a part of the good or bad, up or down, of that. It's not about what I can do. It's the quality of me doing it. The reason why I feel so beat down sometimes is not because I'm not trying. That's why I don't like when people just say, "Oh, y'all lazy." That's an easy thing to say to somebody. That's not fair. That's very easy for anybody to just say, "Oh, Black people, y'all not trying." That's not fair. A lot of us are trying very hard, but what happens is when you try very hard, you're coming against a system that's not allowing it to be equal. And I always say, if it's equal with a white guy and a Black guy, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with equality. But that's why I told y'all before, I'm off equality. I'm on equity. I build equity up because I know it's not equal. Equal. I know me going to something and a white man going to something. It's not the same. That's not how America works.
Why are we fighting to be accepted or to live by the standards of our peers? If I'm a business owner, I go in and get a loan, and my other Black counterpart gets $1 million, and I get 750,000. I still got the money. I still got.
But is that what they got?
But that doesn't matter, because my mission is to create something to better the community. I can't be worried about Buddy getting $1 million because I'm focused on my impact. So why would I care about him? I need to focus on staying authentic to what I'm doing, and whatever I get,
that's the issue. When we don't fight for that, that's the issue. When it gets systematic and people, when it's like I don't know who got kids, but your kids and my kids, and like when it keeps going to like we're not getting no better. That's because the people that were before us didn't fight for that, and then we're not fighting for that. So our kids don't fight for that, and it's like we don't understand. Like that's not right. And everything you just said, everything you just said, if your business is qualified.
But our mission, though, it's not right, and I agree with that point. It's not right.
That's the part. If it's not right, that's what we gotta. That's what we agree upon.
Yeah, it's not right, but I can't focus too much on that because then it takes me out the game. Then I'm like, well, shit, I can't do nothing with 750K because I ain't got $1 million. When I can do a lot.
I can walk and chew gum. I can say it's not fair, and I can still fight the system.
What I'm trying to figure out though is where is this information coming from that he's getting more than you? Like, where is that? Because you're saying your personal experience.
The SBA tells us that literally when it comes to business, this ain't a Sean thing. SBA.gov. You can literally Google any